You are listening to Share, the podcast that's all about helping empower the wisdom. From the Wisdom for the Blind Studios in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, here's your host, Mr. Douglas Cram.
Hello, and welcome to Share the Wisdom. I'm the host of today's podcast. My name is Doug Cram. I'm coming to you live from the Wisdom for the Blind Studios in sunny South Florida. Today we have Ben Keeley as our guest. Ben has just created an informational portal called Wisdom for Blind Veterans. Ben, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much, Doug.
Good. How's sunny South Florida today?
Oh, it's beautiful. A little warm, but beautiful, and just happy to be here.
Good. I'm looking at your bio, and I see that you're a Navy man. Can you tell me about your Navy career?
Sure. I joined the Navy early in my life there and went to Great Lakes. I was graduated from Ocala High, and for some reason they decided to send me to Great Lakes, and paperwork said don't bring anything but a toothbrush. So I was in flip-flops and Bermuda shorts and a tank top and a big afro and a toothbrush, and landed in Chicago in '79 when they had their largest snowstorm ever. So needless to say, the Florida boy was a little cold.
What did you do in the Navy?
I was a ICman, internal communication specialist, was stationed in Guam the first part of my career, where I was a police officer and worked base security. After that, got deployed into the fleet and worked on communications equipment on board of a sub.
And how long were you in the Navy?
I was in for 12 years.
Okay. I see also that you're a blinded veteran.
I am, yes.
Are you a member of the BVA?
I'm a member of the Florida Regional BVA group, and at one time I was an officer, but I stepped down so I could work on starting this portal that we were getting ready to launch here.
Now, I see that you have a master's degree. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, I have a master's in data engineering, specializing in basically engineering different database structures and designs, and one of my passions is basically the use of data and different ways to leverage it. So I enjoy data very much, and actually our new portal is a big, massive database. We're running under MySQL, which is a name of a product by Oracle.
Well, before I ask you about the portal, we need to hear a word from our sponsor.
All right.
Hi, Allie here in the Wisdom for the Blind Studios. We are pleased to announce the first edition of our quarterly digital magazine, Wisdom for Blinded Veterans, an informational portal and a source of knowledge for the blind or vision impaired. You can access W4BV via the web, smartphones, email, text, or Amazon's Alexa. In this issue, you will find topics that include a tech overview of My Eye from OrCam, the 77th BVA National Convention in DC in late August, and MasterCard launches a new credit card made specifically for the blind and visually impaired individuals. In addition, W4BV will have its own learning channel that will host podcasts, webinars, and videos on YouTube. You will also find articles about the history of baseball, the 411 of the VA MOVE program, book reviews, NASA is going back to the moon, and much more. Check out the links below on this page for more information and to find various articles.
Okay, we're back. I want to talk to you about the portal that you created. Can you tell me about the portal?
Well, early in my career with the BVA and everything and the VA, I got real frustrated. It actually took me over 2 years to get into the VA's books as a blinded vet, and I got real frustrated, and it just communications and information and stuff like that was all over the place. And when you're losing or have lost your eyesight, it's hard to put all that together. I remembered tremendously how frustrated that I was that I couldn't find the information I needed. My sister was a great advocate, and she helped me a lot. And she pointed out, hey, they got this program, they got that program, and I'd made phone calls here and phone calls there, and everybody kept on pushing me to another person, or you'd leave a voicemail and it just wouldn't get returned, and it just got very frustrating. And I remember at the end of the stages of trying to get set up with the VA and trying to find the information, I got a hold of this one person. It was a viz coordinator out of Florida, South Florida, excuse me. She returned the call and she said to me, she said, "Mr. Keeley, I really don't know if I could help you. I only deal with blinded vets." And I'm like, "Oh, yes, that's me." And that's when it started. And I just, want to help our brothers and sisters not to go through that experience. And then as I tried to work on, a claim and a bunch of other stuff, I just said, hey, we need to find a portal that has all this data in one place for people to go. And that's why we came up with the portal.
Can you explain to me what a VIST is?
VIST is basically a coordinator that oversees your case and helps you get the direction you need to get to and provide the tools. And she's been my little guiding angel. She's been very good. She's the one that, got me hooked up with talking books and with the Library of Congress and the tools. She helped me get into the VRC in West Palm, where I was able to get trained on the OrCam and the iPhone, and then, went back and got trained, on a Mac laptop. So they kind of oversee your case and make sure that everything is going the way that you need to, and make sure that you basically are well taken care of. And it's a great tool and a great resource.
And the VIST does that for all blinded veterans?
Blinded and low vision veterans that are registered into the program.
Okay. And what does VIST mean?
That's a trick question, Doug. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
I have it here on my cheat sheet. It means Visually Impaired Support Team. And BRC stands for Blind Rehab Center. I have that on my cheat sheet as well.
I need a cheat sheet. I just call them my guiding angel. But, the VIS coordinators and the brokers are very helpful. And I know we did some articles in the portal to talk about their roles and their contact information. So acronyms in the VA are something I got to get used to. There's a lot of acronyms. Sorry that I didn't know right off the bat there, Doug.
That's okay. So we know now why you established the portal, but what kinds of information are going to be in that portal, and how do blinded veterans access the portal?
Oh, the portal is basically broken up into what we call presentation layers. What we tried to do, and we're getting better all the time, we put in multiple presentation layers so you can access the portal either through your laptop or your home computer, and that would be through the web. You can access it through your smartphone, either by going to the web, or we'll be releasing this summer a web app that will take you to it. You'll also be able to dial up your telephone, and we call that the PASS system. It stands for Phone Access Support System, and you'll be able to get the latest articles there. You'll also be able to get it online through Amazon's Alexa app, so you'll be able to just ask Alexa to play you the latest version of Wisdom for the Blind, and it will read it to you. And then we'll also have SMS text messaging. When you sign up, you say you want to receive that, and also email blast. And if all that fails, you can also download it and get it the old way and print it out, and you can put it on your CCTV readers. So those are what we call the presentation layers. And all we ask is that the veteran register, tell us which way he or she would like to access it, and then they can go in and get it. As far as what's on Wisdom, it's just like a digital magazine. So we have headline news, we have cuisine, travel, sports, music, money, which is finance, entertainment. So all kinds of major sections inside the portal itself as the common stories. And then we also have a repositories where you can find basically all the bros and viz coordinators' phone numbers, the locations to all the VRCs, which is pretty cool to know what they're offering if they're open yet because of COVID. We also have the different other groups. You got the various different fishing groups, skiing trips, diving, sailing, and then like the BVA and all of those support groups, they're all listed along with the contact numbers for whatever city or state you're in, what's closest to you. So it's just one giant repository of data at your fingertips.
Now, before I ask you about who can join the portal, give me the web address for the portal.
So the portal address is www.w4, that's the number 4, B for blinded, V for vets, .org for organization. That's www.w4bv.org.
And the W number 4, BV, stands for Wisdom for Blinded Veterans?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Now, other than blinded veterans, who can join the portal?
So the portal's open. Number one, we have 3 portals. So the Blinded Vets portal is open to all veterans that have a vision, either totally blind or vision impaired, that have left the military under good standards. And that would be the veteran plan, and that's free to all veterans. There's no charge for that. And then we have an advocate account, which is anybody, a caregiver, a spouse, a student, a nurse, a doctor, or someone that's just studying and want to know more about different eye diseases or, the veterans or the different programs and just want access to that data. That's an advocate, and that is also free. And then we have our corporate sponsors, which is basically corporations can just sign up to help, fund this venture. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization through Florida. And that's the holding company, which is called Wisdom for the Blind. And that's the holding company. And we're going to be doing some other great portals for kids and for adults also that are outside of the VA.
I think we're going to take a break from and hear something from our sponsors. So we'll take a break now.
Please remember, we are always looking for contributors to help us make this the best place to empower knowledge. Go to www.w4tb.org and hit the contributor button. To subscribe or get more information, visit www.w4bv.org. This is Allie for Wisdom for the Blind. Have a good day. See you back soon for the next issue of Wisdom for Blinded Veterans.
What other things are you going to be adding into your portal? You mentioned sections. Are you going to be adding any other sections?
We're hoping for the next release, we're going to be adding things like beer review and wine review and whiskey reviews. And then every edition, there's going to be a few book releases in there. One of the things we didn't talk about is Cup of Joe, which is a virtual meeting hall where everybody can get together and just talk to each other and meet new friends. So every month we're going to try and do something new and then adding new webinars. We got a webinar that is going to be launching in this edition. It's called Wisdom Tech Talk, and that's going to be talking about different technologies that are available. We're constantly trying to think out of the box. We were joking the other day, we might even come up with our own game show. So we just want it to be fun. We want it to be learning. And when you're learning and you're having fun, then everybody's prospering.
But can you tell me a little more about the webinars?
Basically, we're going to have webinars that will be going through the Zoom platform, or we'll be recording them in a live and recording environment, and covering everything from ORCAM to reviewing CCTV devices, having some great guest speakers talking about claims and different grants that are available and just different things that's going on in the VA and different organizations such as the BVA, and just trying to share a lot of knowledge. So we're going to, as we grow, you're going to see more podcasts, more webinars, and also we're going to be putting out documentation that you can actually download, such as tips for iPhone, tips for ORCAM, little cheater guides like 101 cheater guides. So we don't have everything right now, but we're going to keep on growing. It's going to be just really focused on making sure that the information is accessible at an easy and a fun way to learn.
Now, you mentioned a Cup of Joe and the webinars. How do blinded veterans access the Cup of Joe and the webinars?
Inside the portal is designed with little sections, and you'll see a section, the category is, I believe, information and learning. And in there, you'll see Cup of Joe. You'll go into that. You have to register for that, and basically you'll get a link in your email, and then you hit that email link, and either by telephone or by Zoom, you'll be able to connect and just meet with your other fellow vets and just talk about how your day is going. And it's just going to be an open session, 1 hour session, and there's no speaker or anything like that, just a chance to talk with and meet other people and share information. There will be a team member that will just make sure that we abide by the rules of courteous, that everybody just doesn't overtalk on everybody and everybody has an opportunity to talk. looking forward to the Cup of Joe, but then we're also going to have webinars going over different technology and things like that. We hope to come out with some more podcasts, working on putting one together on Bitcoin, the 101 or the 411 on Bitcoin, what it's all about. So we want to just keep on doing things that are fun, that our brothers and sisters want to learn about, and putting it into a platform that they can.
Will you be putting anything on YouTube?
Yes, yeah. We have our own YouTube channel now. The YouTube channel is called Wisdom for the Blind, and you'll see different videos there. We'll also be putting some workout videos that we're actually working with some personal trainers that they're going to be giving us some webinars to put up there. So basic move, programs, keep things moving. We're going to be talking about diets. We're going to be talking about stress. And then we're also going to be interviewing different companies and different organizations around the United States to talk about skiing trips and scuba diving trips and sailing and kayaking and fishing. I met a few weeks ago a nice gentleman that runs an organization out of Southern Florida, and I believe he's going to be a guest on one of the podcasts, and we're going to be talking about the different outings that his organization has. So doing all that, and we're putting together already a list for Veterans Day of different corporations and what they're doing. So, you can go in there and you can see what, they're doing in your community. It's going to constantly change. One thing we didn't even talk about, Doug, is the calendar events. You'll be able to find out, for example, I think it's May 7th, the Florida Regional Group is having their state yearly convention. And in August, the national convention for the BVA is there, and it's all published. And, there's a link to go straight to their website. And as more conventions, come across, it's going to be there. And I reach out to all of our people out there that have information or programs. Send it over. There's info at w4bv.org. That's w4bv.org is the website, and you can get to the calendar. And then there's a email, info at w4bv.org, and you can send all your calendar and get it up on the global calendar. So we have a local and a national calendar that they can put into.
So if anybody wants to send you emails, they can?
Yep. Anybody that's got an event that they'd like to get published, they would send it to info at w4bv.org. That's info at w4bv.org, and we'll get it out. We have local and national spots for events.
Okay, let's talk about the PASS system real quick.
Yep, the PASS stands for Phone Access Support System, and it's basically designed as another presentation layer for the portal. Basically, anybody, a veteran or an advocate, can dial a phone number, and they'll get a menu-driven system with all the latest articles, and they hit number 1 for the cover story, and it will tell you basically this is the cover, and play it for you, and then tell you what to do next. So that comes out every edition. Every one of our articles is up there. It's the latest stuff. It does not have the history, just all the latest articles.
So tell me one more time how blinded veterans can access your Wisdom for Blinded Veterans portal.
So to get to the portal, you can just open up a browser on your phone or your PC or your Mac, and you would type in www.w4bv.org. That's www.w4bv.org. It's a secure website, and go in there. You do have to register the first time, and from there you have unlimited access. And every month, we'll be going, getting more information.
I guess I misspoke. I meant to say, tell me every way that they can access the information.
Oh, access you can get via telephone, smartphone, the web, email, text message, or Amazon Dot, or their Amazon Alexa.
And if a blinded veteran needed any help doing that, choosing one of those, accessing one of those, would he just send you an email?
He would send an email to info@w4bv.org, and somebody will help them get through or give them a phone call.
Okay. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything else?
Yeah, we just want to stress that we're always looking for contributors. We really didn't talk about the heart of the portal, is basically sharing information with your fellow brothers and sisters. So there's a whole section there on becoming a contributor and basically sign up and, you get to write stories, you get to do some editing, whatever you want to do. We have positions to do to get, this to be one of the best products available. So go online and look for contributor, go in there, and it has an application you fill out. And we just have a little one day, not really a whole day, it's a few hour workshop that you have to take just to go over, certain things about copyright and basically how to publish and things like that. But contributors are always welcome.
Now, I have in my notes that you're going to be setting up a board. Can you talk about the board?
Yeah, we have a advisory board. It's professionals in the industry that help present different content, make sure that the content that we want to publish is valid and, keep us all honest. We're not trying to be biased in any direction. And the advisory board allows us to be checked, and it's kind of like an audit for us. We have 3 members on the advisory board right now. They come all the way from organizations that service the vision or the blinded to people that work in the industry to provide technology, also to an individual that's himself blind. So we get all aspects, and these are professionals on a volunteer basis that basically help to make sure that the content is, good quality. And on top of that, we've also put in audits. So every article automatically comes up for renewal, and one of the contributors will be assigned to review that article, make sure the phone numbers are correct, they haven't changed, the contacts, the information's right. So we constantly look at new content, but also audit the old content to keep that up to date.
Okay.
As we grow, we're going to definitely always need volunteers. So if you have the time and you want to help your fellow brothers and sisters, it's remote. You can do it from your home. Any support we can get is really appreciated.
Now, you mentioned having a tax-free status. Are you going to be taking donations?
Yes, we're real pleased. This weekend we finally got the approval from the IRS that we are now an official 501c3, and we'll be putting up a spot where you can donate and help, provide the service to not only vets, but just some, we've got the second portal coming online is for kids. Get that going and be able to get tools out there. I had an opportunity a few years ago to speak in Ecuador, and there were some kids, and we were talking about different technologies, and there's not a lot out there for them. So we want to get some tools out there to them, and also our vets, and eventually the third portal is going to be for everybody. And we just look as it growing to be not only a portal for information, but building out the podcast and building out the YouTube channel. So it's dedicated to content that will make everybody just appreciate and a little easier to get things going for them.
Sorry about that. I tried to stifle a yawn. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I think we've covered everything. I just really want to invite everybody to participate. We're not perfect. If you see something, please send us an email. Let us know. If you see a typo, let us know. We'll get it fixed. Remember, I did some of the typing myself. Let's just make this a good place for everybody to go and gain the wisdom. That's, we like our slogan, share the wisdom, gain the wisdom, and empower the wisdom. It's all out there. I look forward to our brothers and sister vets to get in there. I look forward to contributors, students, caregivers, people that are advocates, getting involved and making sure that people understand different things to do for cases on their claims, what's happening in Congress. We want to start publishing a place where all this can be read, and hopefully you'll find that it becomes very valuable and you use the product. And I really appreciate you inviting me to your first podcast, Doug.
Well, you're welcome. And I think this is going to be great for blinded veterans. In the beginning, you said that you didn't know where to turn. You didn't know where to find the answers. And I think this portal will be that one-stop kind of thing for blinded veterans to log on to, and find the answers they're looking for. So I commend you for putting this portal together, and you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you, but it's also people like yourself who's contributed their time and energy to get this going. We've had a lot of people in the background, people all the way from engineers to people writing, yourself, financial people, legal people, helping, a lot of people volunteered a lot of time to get this going. May 1st. We're already in soft launch now. May 1st, the doors were wide open. This is the first release. The second release drops July 1st. The second release is July 1st. Every quarter, we release a new issue and new material, new podcasts, new articles, new webinars, new training books every quarter. The more volunteers we get, the more content we get out there, and just make it bigger and bigger.
I'm glad you mentioned the engineer. I do have to give the engineer a good pat on the back.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Our sound and our mixing engineers. Our first podcast was a handful, but we got it knocked off, and it's just so much stuff, a lot of moving parts, but we hope that you'll enjoy it. We look forward to your feedback, good or bad, and we look forward to talking and listening to you, Doug, in your next podcast coming up, and I appreciate it again. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Ben, and thank all of you for sharing some time with us. This is our first podcast. We hope to have another podcast coming out soon. That will be with Michelle Mendez, who is from Orcam Enterprises, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you for joining us at Share the Wisdom.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Share. Please look out for the next episode ping soon, and visit us on the web at www.w4bv.org. This has been Share with your host, Mr. Douglas Cram. Produced by Wisdom for the Blind and VNS Productions, a division of VNS International.